right, all you snowboarders of the internet, we're here. We're live. It's a late night live stream. This is specifically because you guys requested it. So hopefully, some of you that did not get your questions answered on Thursday will get in here and answer them tonight, or get them answered tonight. Sorry, you're not answering them. I'm the one answering. We do have a poll tonight, anyways. I'd like you guys to take your time, answer that poll. And the question for tonight is, did you miss the late night live streams? Your answers are yes, no, you were gone, and when can we sacrifice TC? I'm really hoping that one actually wins. Then we'll sacrifice him on a live stream. So, yeah. Okay, so anyways, we're going to start off with this first question that came in earlier today from Dave Cockerell. Does anyone know if Smokin' Snowboards are still around? Seems like Smokin' Jay had a rough couple of years. Hope he's still making boards, especially the Super Park with 4 millimeters of mellow camber. So near as I can tell, they are done. Like, Jay did not produce boards for people that paid. Last I saw, he was trying to do some off-grid living in a hoop house where he was going to build snowboards in the middle of the desert in a hoop house that was off grid. It was the sketchiest looking thing. So yeah, I don't foresee that them coming back from that. So, you know, we'll see how that goes from there. But yeah. All right. And then we got this super chat here from Letters. Late night stream, we know I need stickers. So let's see if we can get this man some stickers. Super chats do get a spin of the wheel. Nothing crazy on there for prizes. But hot soup is coming through. So yeah. Let's see what else. Take this other one from Letters. Is the angry line still the same number? Yes. It is in do not disturb mode. We will be bringing that back. In the future, TC and I are talking about it. We are going to bring back a whole segment where we answer your guys' questions on live streams so that you can call into the angry line. Hopefully we don't attract another Slimothy J. Whitman III DDS Esquire. Let's see. All right. And of course, we've got this one from Shed and Floyd. Can we roast Buckhouse a little? You guys can do whatever you want down in the chat. Like, I do not have a problem with that. So, Fuckhouse sponsored by Clue. I'd literally rather keep buying gear. Well, you know, you got to take what you can get when no company will hook you up when you send them messages. So, all right. And we got this super chat here from our boy, Bezium. Screw I-80. That may be the worst stretch of road ever. Half the thing is under construction, so you can't even commit proper crime. I hope Buckhouse has to drive every day until he expires. That would be awesome. That would be. I-80 sucks. I've driven I-80 a few times. When it's under construction, it's awful. So, yeah. Okay. All right. Correct opinion, Haver. Do you think the Capita Megadeth is worth the $1,000 price tag? Seems hella steep. For the technology that's in it, yes. Do I think that the average consumer needs to buy that? No. I think the people that are going to buy that understand what that board actually is and will have the disposable income to buy that. For everyone else, like, you'd be better off probably with like a Black Snowboard to Death or even a Mega Merc. So, you know, you got that going on for you there. But I like the Megadeth. It's more approachable than the Black Snowboard to Death, honestly. It's not as damp. It's a little more lively. So, you know, there is that. Let's see. Okay. Let's take the... Oh, wait. Sorry, we bounced. Oh, yeah. Don't eat yellow snow from that last super chat from Beziums. But then we're going to take this one from Nathan Sutter. Is there any experience you are hoping to have on a snowboard that has not yet been possible due to the current limits of snowboard tech and design? What was that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where they cloned him? Was that Ended? No, that wasn't Ended Days. 13th Day. I can't remember. Where they cloned him, but he was a backcountry helicopter pilot, but they had like jet helicopters. And then they had, I think, like rocket snowboards. I really want to ride a rocket snowboard. That would be really cool. at this point, I don't really give a shit about technology. I just sort of like, oh, that made things better. Or, huh, you renamed the exact same thing that you did last year and nothing's changed. So, you know, there are some of those out there like that. So, you kind of get used to that. But yeah, all right. Ooh, person 4 up gets a spin. Okay, so let's see what we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That goes back to our boy Kevin Bees. Ooh, support your local shop as well. So, okay. Let's see what we got here. Take this one from Stavros48. Hey, Avern, love the live streams. Hey, I was wondering what was the big difference between the first and third year Huck Knife Pro, and what was it about the side cut that you feel they got right finally? So, first year, so one, it's changed its flex now 2 times, and then it's changed its shape 2 times. And with the new shape for this upcoming year, they bumped out the contact point to change the ellipses of the tip, which changes how it slightly tweaks the side cut and works better with the flex pattern. It just feels more like, because Solomon likes to do those weird fucking straight line bullshit because they're French. Fucking weird people. I can say that. My last name's French. But yeah, so what they did is the side cut, it feels like they mellowed out those lines and it actually grips and actually engages when you get on firmer snow. It doesn't feel like it's about to kick out. So you got that going for you as well. So the big thing would be the pop, the shape, and then with the shape changing and slightly elongating the tip kick and stuff, it moves like the contact point when you flex the board. So yeah. Ooh, okay. Let's take this one from Bubble Skunker. The Amplit Aloha Vibes versus the Telos Backslash. Pros, cons. Backslash is stiffer than the Aloha Vibes. So if you wanted something softer, then you go to the Aloha Vibes. It has a lot more torsional twist, but it feels those bigger hits more than the Backslash does. The Backslash dampens. The sidewalls are different too. So when you're on edge, the Backslash actually dampens better, in my opinion, because it's got a urethane sidewall over the Amplit. The Amplit just doesn't have the same amount of dampening. You do get similar amounts of spring out of each of them, but I would say that the Backslash is quicker off the back foot from when you load up that setback camber versus the Aloha Vibes. It kind of like flexes out before it rebounds. In there on edge, you can rail a harder turn with the Backslash. Like, that's it. So yeah, there's the pros and the cons of that. And our moderator Billy Ray Valentine is here with the PSA of the day. R.I.P. L Stackers Adventures. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Liverpool drew today, and now I'm sad, but I have a vasectomy, so I'm happy. 32 sucks. Hello, Baroness. My dog is in the other room ripping farts right now. Wicked, wicked farts. I mean wicked. So there is that going on there. Let's see what else we got. Okay, yeah, and pet your local lifty. And no, the movie was not Total Recall. They didn't clone him in that. All right. Okay. We got Steve K. Top 3 mountains for an early November snowboard trip. Oh God, what is even fucking open in early November? Timberline should be open. Might get lucky and find some. Mammoth might be open. Maybe Palisades and Tahoe. A Basin will be open. Copper will be opening. Breck and Keystone will be opening. Honestly, dude, unless they get hit with a ton of snow, it is not fucking worth it at all. So, okay, let's take this super chat from Beziums again. What's that weird sled skate that you said you were responsible for being banned? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about there. I mean, unless you're talking about the time my friends decided to go take the snow scooters, like the trikes, and ram them into each other, and then we were spraying each other. But like, no. I mean, you might be talking about like kind of built some death sleds at Steamboat once, but I have no clue what the fuck you're talking about. Okay, what do we got here? Ooh, pet your local lifty. Keep them warm. Okay, we got Jay Nylick. Any thoughts on the Rome Agent versus the Ride Zero, both last year's model? Agent's going to be a little stiffer in the tips than the Zero. Similar, slightly similar flex. I think there's a little more torsional give in the Zero. The big thing's going to be on the side cut. The Zero's got the asymmetrical side cut, so you're going to be able to lay a trench over easier on your heel side edge on the Zero versus the Rome Agent. Agent does have more pop than the Zero, just because of those rods in there, and you get that double kick tip, which really does change the dynamic of like when you roll back and push off the tail. So like when you go back, it engages the first part, and if you really go back, you can engage the second, get it to spring a little bit more. So kind of ask yourself, if you're more of a jumper, go with that Agent. If you're more of a jibber, go with the Zero. And we'll take this one from our boy Josiah Bartle. Have you ridden the Amplid kill switch? Yes, I have. So the review of that will be dropping here, I don't know, next month, I think, sometime. So yeah, that's that'll be in there. But yeah, the kill switch was really cool to get on. It was a little different. You can see where it fits in the Amplid line. The problem is when you start to build more boards in your line, there's stuff that kind of over saturates and they overlap and everything. And the kill switch, like I got on and it was like, oh, okay, it's kind of like a lesser Safari mixed with a Morning Glory kind of thing. So yeah. Okay, let's take this one from Tank E. How is this year's Capita Indoor Survival? It's a twin. It's a responsive twin. I like it more than the DOA. It's not as stiff as the Outsiders. It's kind of like that nice middle ground. It's just a good true twin. You could kind of ride all over the mountain. So I think that that's a super, super solid board. All right. We're going to take this one from Jacob Iverson. Thinking of riding exclusively Switch this season until I'm able to hit steep trees. Wish me luck. What are some fun drills to work on to progress my Switch riding? So you're starting to sound like our Yes and Now rep, Dave Faircloth, the fastest man riding Switch. He spent a whole season riding Switch, so now that he could do bank slalom, Switch, and win. But the big thing is, if you're going to go full Switch, you have to commit to it. Like set your bindings up opposite, go for it, and just commit everything. What I find actually helps with Switch is you do like a backside 180. So you come and you pop off your toes and you try to land back on your toes. And then you want to do 4 carves before you pop another 180 back out of it. And then what you do is you expand how far you're going Switch every single time you can. And that really helps. The other thing is go hit a kitty jump Switch and just do a straight air. Don't grab. Just a Switch straight air, no grab. That will definitely scare you, and it will definitely help you progress that. So I know we got some more people just getting in here. So if you're just getting in here, feel free to answer the poll that's in the chat box, wherever it appears on your guys' screen. Super Chat's going to spin the wheel. You know, we got that going on. Thursday, TC will be back with another live stream with me. So we got that. We're going to try to build those out some more. All right, we're going to take this super chat from our boy Letters. Ordered some Ride C6s for the Capita DOA per your recommendation. Forgot the affiliate link. Take my tithing. Oh, you people. I need those affiliate links clicked. It's been a rough couple months. It's okay. Also, just so everyone knows, Christie Sports Powder Days sale is coming up. They're marking stuff down on their website like 60% off. So there is a link in the description of this video and all videos. That's just a generic one that'll take you to Christie's. Their website, not the most user-friendly, but if you hunt around, I was checking it out, and I mean, there were some snowboards on there, like some good stuff for like $239. So yeah, and don't forget to eat your pocket bacon while you're surfing the web too. So, all right, and we'll take this one from Michael Jackson. Uncle Averin, how much of a lateral move is having a 23 Mercury and a 23 Black Snowboard to Death from Capita? How similar and how different are they? Is the B-Sod better for deep days? No, the B-Sod is better for hard, firm groomers and ripping as fast as you can. Yes, it can handle those deep days, and it's going to be fine for it. But personally, I'd rather ride a Mercury, softer flex, easier to manipulate it and sink that tail. It really comes down to your personal preference. If you want something a little stiffer, then yeah, you go with the B-Sod. But if you're going to be like riding trees, I think the Mercury is the better move in that. So you got to kind of ask yourself, like, what do you want to do? How do you want to do it? And whatnot. But there is some overlap, but it is enough of a differentiation between the two that you can get away with having both. All right, let's see what else we got here. Okay, let's see. We got one here from Joe X. Thank you for the info and the last live stream. Never thought of ski shops. Yeah, so if you're always hunting for repair stuff for your snowboard, ski shops. Like if you can't find a snowboard shop that knows how to structure your base, call a ski shop. Guarantee you there's some crusty old dude there that's like, I know what you need. Come on, bring it in. Probably sitting there with a freaking Marlboro Red, extra filterless, hanging out of his mouth, or a Pall Mall, drinking a beer. Hands are just crusty and arthritic. And he'll just be like, give me 20 minutes and go get me a 30 rack of PBR. Oof, lose a turn. All right. All right, we got one here from Keon Ulmer. What's good, Angry? Have you been to any Pennsylvania ski resorts? If so, what are your thoughts? I tried not to go to Pennsylvania ski resorts when I lived in New York because I rode Holiday Valley and it was the crown jewel of Western New York. And I literally live 15 minutes from it, so I could be there every day. So, no. Drove past a bunch of ski resorts in Pennsylvania. But, yeah, I really haven't I never went. Like, it just never warranted needing to go down there. So, okay. All right, we'll take this one from Super Chat from Jason Evangelista. Spray skiers. Damn right. Always spray them. They've had it too easy. All right. Remember, join Angry. Oh, it's bouncing. It's bouncing. Pet your local lifty. All right. Yeah, pet your local lifty. Okay, let's see. We'll follow this up with another one from Jason Evangelista. Did a nostalgic shred on two old K2 boards, the Stealth Eldorado and the A-Star. Forgot to me how sick those two boards rode. Don't know if you've ridden them, but was wondering what K2 has now as successors. Oh my God, the Eldorado. Probably the closest thing to the Eldorado right now would be... That would probably be the Alchemist. And then for the A-Star, which became the Park Star, which became the Dark Star, became the Park Star, which would probably be the Broadcast, would be my guess right now. All right. All right, let's see. Why are you people asking me about old fucking snowboards that I haven't ridden in like 15 plus years? Oh my God, I fucking hate these questions. From Dean, what was the Solomon amp board like back in the day? It had a really good finish on the base. It was fast. Had some dampening in it. Sidewall wasn't durable for shit if you hit a rock or a rail, though. Tinked it off something, you're fucked. It's old. I don't give a fuck. All right. We'll take this one from Jared Bryce. Low intermediate rider here. Looking at a new board this year. Recommendations from Capita or Ride, all mountain freestyle preferred. Thanks. So Capita, and you're doing all mountain freestyle, I would look, and you could do the Capita DOA, the Mercury, or an indoor survival. If you're cool with looking at Spring Break, check out the Spring Break Resort Twin as well. So there's 4 boards there. From Ride, your probably best bet would be a Zero or an Agenda, but I think just go with the Zero. It's a little bit more snappy and responsive. If you did want something stiffer, you could bump up to the bench warmer, but I don't think you'd absolutely enjoy that too much. So there's a few options for you, sir. Oh, well, sir, win yourself a small sticker pack for your new snowboard you're going to buy. So email me, info@angrysnowboarder.com. Make sure you put your address in there, and I will drop a small sticker pack in the mail in the next few days for you. Okay, let's see. Ooh, Steveros 48. Just wondering about the shop Salty Peaks. A lot of crap about the owner on forums, but he seems like he was one of the OG founders. Just seems a lot of their stuff is 3 or 4 years old at full price. He is batshit insane. Dennis Nazari is just fucking batshit insane. Full-blown conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat, Alex Jones, lizard people, frogs on Mars, getting pregnant and turning gay, insane. Like, he is insane. There's something like 300 cameras in that store. Like, he drives around with this Forerunner just covered in stickers to the point all the windows are covered about conspiracy theory shit. Yeah, he's an OG for sure, but he's never adapted with the time. I feel bad for anyone that still works at a shop. Like, it's scary. Like, literally, there's Salty Peaks and there's Milo. It's gotten to the point whenever I'm in Utah, I only go to Salty Peaks. Like, I will not, or not Salty Peaks, but to Milo. I will not set foot in Salty Peaks because he's just that fucking insane. Take this one from Tanky. Are those glasses prescription? No, I got PRK surgery. My eyes are good, so I do not wear glasses. These are blue blockers for the lights I've got back there because I do get migraines from them. Okay, we'll take this one from BW Nico. Hey, Vren, how does the Spring Break Resort Twin compare to the Merc DOA? Stiffer than the DOA, close in flex to the Merc. It's like a twin Merc. It's kind of like a Mercury and an indoor survival kind of merged with a little bit of a different platform in it. So it's a little more stable than the DOA and a little bit more stable, I would say, even than the indoor survival. But it's just like, I didn't want to get off that board. I got on it and was like, wow, if I had to ride just a twin, this is what I would do every day. Like, it was just that good. I mean, if you need the setback, you go with the Merc. If you want twin, you go with the Resort Twin. So I think this is a sentiment we can all agree with from Adam Rossiter. Fuck summer, just saying. It snowed here the other day. Snowed up on peak 7. So it snowed on the face. There was a rainstorm that came through. It's just enough to give some dust on crust. Oof. From Alpine Ibex. Angry. Is the Volvo ready for the season? Fuck no. Oh my God, I got to do so much work to it. I got a strut or a shock going out on the front that needs to be done. The catalytic converter shit the bed. And I got 2 belts I've got to repair. I've got parts coming in for my window squirters. I need to order a new grill for the front, and I've got to touch up all the paint and get it waxed and everything. So no, it's not ready. Like, thanks for reminding me that I got a fuck ton of work to do, and I got to dump some serious money into it. Okay. Jacob Iverson. Any plans on doing a ride day in Tahoe in the future? Would love to meet the source of my snowboard gear addiction so I can justify my gear buying habits to my girlfriend. Brewer and I from Unstrapped Snowboard Show, he and I were talking about doing a meetup, and I wanted to go out, but he wants to come to Copper, but he's got family in Colorado Springs. So there is a possibility of something in Tahoe. I'm not ruling it out. It's just going to come down to funds with hiring TC this year and Ben. So TC's full-time, and then Ben is a part-time video editor, and we're trying to hire Carl to do women's reviews. Money's getting a lot tighter. Like, the expendable income is just going like this. Also, people aren't clicking the affiliate links and buying stuff. You know who you are, you sinners. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with that. If the money's right, I think we would TC and I would probably fly in for like a weekend or something, or we'd fly in midweek and ride midweek, and then we would do like a Saturday or Sunday meet up at like one of the resorts. All right. So actually, probably if anything, I'd do something at Kingvale because their day tickets are so cheap and it'd just be rope tow laps. Shout out to Kingvale for keeping it affordable. Like, I love what those guys are doing, and I'm so glad to see them come back. So for anyone that doesn't know, Kingvale used to exist back in the day, lost their land lease, whatever, disappeared, but they're back. All right. So we got this question from Andrew Hernandez. Uncle Averin, ride C9 or Solomon District Pro to pair on a stump ape and canoe anti-gravity for hard charging and tree runs. You want to go C9 will probably actually be a little overkill on that, and the District Pro will be a little underperforming in all honesty. Bump down to the C8, you'll get that happy medium in there, and then if instead of going with the District Pro, wait, because there's the District Team Pro, because there's a district, pretty sure there's a District Pro and a District Team Pro. Go with the Team Pro because it's essentially a Solomon Quantum with a team high back. So it's you still get that play from the shadow fit, but that's the way I would go. But the C9 I think is going to be overkill for you there. Bubble Skunker, when are you going to be on Casey Willex's podcast? I don't know. I mean, who knows with Casey anymore? I'm still waiting on that board he said he was sending me to review. Till then, I'm just going to leave really random questions on the You Love to Hear It podcast Instagram about weird stories and things that I've done with Casey. Like, he was one of his clips, he was like talking about how people had changed his life. So I left a comment. I was like, one time I went to a bacon themed Thanksgiving with Casey. It changed my life. My body has never recovered from it since. All right. Take this one from Ben Donaldson. Okay. What if you didn't listen 2 weeks ago and bought the Cygnus anyway? Any binding recommendations? Asking for a friend who isn't great at listening. I mean, they bought it. Who gives a shit? If they can spend that kind of money, they can buy the binding that matches up to it. So if you go with bent metal, you probably want to go with a Core Pro or a Solution, depending on how stiff you want to be. Union, you're looking at like the Atlas Pro, not the Atlas FC for that. You could even get away with the new Force, but I think you want to go with an Atlas or an Atlas Pro. With now, I would do the Drive. Jones, you probably look at the Apollo. You could get away with a Mercury if you wanted to. Ride, that's a C9 all day. If you do Rome, Cleaver, Battalion, Astro, full wrap, not the ASIM wrap, the full wrap. You want that power out of it. And let's see what else is out there that I'm probably messing on. I gave you enough options. We're good. JLS, did Tommy B follow the birds for the summer? Haven't heard from him recently. Haven't heard the birds lately either. Just saying. He might, who knows? All right. Tony Moratidis. Any major disadvantages to volume shifted boards? If you have a really small foot, they're going to be sluggish as shit edge to edge. If you're riding one that's more directional and you get into a position where you need that tail to push off of and it's really set back and there's not a lot of tail, you're going to have that issue as well. Those are kind of the two big issues with it. The other thing is they can disengage their side cut on edge a little bit differently too. Okay, we'll take this one from Letters. Any of the new spring break stuff have structure? It should all have structure if I remember correctly. So yeah. Okay, we'll take this one from Hamster Coolbean. Where does the spring break resort twin lie in between the indoor and the mega merc? I see a lot of hype on the resort twin, but not sure if I have that gap covered. If you've got an indoor and a mega merc, you don't need it. It's going to be too close to your indoor, and it's not going to be as high-end performing as your mega merc, so it's a board you don't need right there. All right. take this super chat from Brian P. Grabbed a sail meteorite binding. I like a more responsive ankle strap even on a softish binding. Should I swap it, or is the free ride mode decently stiff? Here's what I would do. Flip it to free ride mode. Pop the bushings off the bottom and make sure you at least have the medium ones. If not, get the hard bushings in there, and that should compensate to where you want it with that binding. Ooh, person 4 up gets a spin. 1, 2, 3. Goes to our boy, Josiah Bartles. They're turning the snowboards gay with chemicals. But only on Mars. They're only doing that on Mars. Oh, shit. Josiah, got yourself a jumbo sticker pack. Hit me with that mailing address, info@angrysnowboarder.com, and I'll get that in the mail to you. Actually, this week I'm devoting a whole day to making die cuts because I've got some really cool vinyl that I ordered. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. Take this one from Menos Fakaros. Hey, Averin, looking for a party board for slush with skate style pop that drives underfoot. Thoughts? Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you need. The new Rome Stalefish. They revamped it for this year, so it should be hitting shops in about another 3 to 4 weeks. That's going to give you all that load, pop, and drive of traditional camber. It's going to let you steer it from under there. But the nice thing is, even though it's got that camber, you don't feel like you have to load it up aggressively to roll back and pop with it. So that is like quintessential party board right there, in my opinion. Like, that thing was super, super fun. All right. Okay. And we got a super chat from our boy Letters. Hail Slim Whitman, bring on the Miata power. If you say his name enough, he might show up. He's like the Candyman. Except the Candyman at least had a hook and was kind of cool and frightening. Slim Whitman's just like scary and depraved. Ooh. Pet your local lifty. All right, we'll take this one from Joe Gunn. Is the Rome Katana too much for the Solomon Dance Hall? No, that's actually a great binding for that board. You're totally fine with that. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. We'll take this one from Brian P. Why does Now Slash Jones make bindings that rely on those bushings but never have them? I don't fucking know. All I know, probably because they give them all to their reps, and like if you ask the rep, he'll be like, "Oh yeah, here's a bag of them." So, all right, and we'll take this one from Matteo Zalanardo. Picked up a 2023 LibTech E-Jackknife recently, a sale price that was too low to pass up for me. Any thoughts on the board itself? Haven't seen a review for it, but I assume it hadn't changed. It has changed since the last time I wrote it. And it's a flex change, if I remember correctly. And I think the C3, they made it a little longer in there, so it should be a little bit more responsive. But that is a really fun board overall. Like, from the last time I wrote it, I actually was like more in tune with my riding style than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a little bit burlier. But yeah, so that was a super, super solid one. So I think you made good, especially if you got a good price on that. The dude, sir, do you realize you're not drinking regular coffee, but you're drinking Colombian decaffeinated coffee crystals? I drank 1 cup of coffee in my life, and that was right after I got out of the ICU from having my splenectomy. And it was because the guy that I was sharing the room with seized out. And so they brought his food in because someone forgot to tell them that I was going to be allowed to eat that day after 9 days of not eating. So I got to eat. There was an apple. The fuck was it? Coffee. Something that was very questionable on white bread. I'm not sure what it was, but it was drier than the Sahara. And so I couldn't eat that because, I hadn't eaten in 9 days at this point. But I didn't know that it was coffee in the mugs. I thought it was soup. Oh, fuck. Just like, fucking woke me right up. So, yeah. All right. We'll take this one from Kevin Altman. How do you feel about Union Stratas on a park board? I have a Huck knife with Burton freestyles and want to upgrade. Fuck. Anything would be an upgrade from the freestyles. Go put them on there, dude. You'll be very happy with that setup. Jay Ellis, be careful petting your local lifties. They might be Buckhouse fans, and that is a virus of stupidity you don't want. Oh my God. I always find it funny when the first year lifties move here. And like they'll be in the lift line, like they're scanning or whatever. They'll be like, oh my God, Jonathan Buckhouse just came through. And like Tommy B and I will be sitting there and we're like, oh yeah? I'm sorry. Like then they'll recognize Tommy. And then they fan out on Tommy. And then I'm sitting here and it's like, oh, do you want a photo with Tommy? And then I'll take a photo. And right before Tommy and I like skate onto the lift, I'll be like, don't forget to tag Angry Snowboarder with photo credit. And they'll be like, doing this. But yeah, by the start of the season, they're all proud of meeting him. And by the end of the season, they fucking hate him. Okay. Well, anyways, I think we're kind of catching up on questions here, just so everyone knows. So if you got questions, get them in the chat box. I want to try to make sure everyone's getting the answer tonight. It is a shorter live stream for Sunday night. We're only going to do about an hour. We've been here 36 minutes, so we've got another 24 minutes. So Jimmy McElroy picked up a set of Rome cleavers for real cheap. Would they be overkill for a Nitro banker and a Canon 203? No. They'll be. So here's the thing. With the banker, you're going to get a lot of lateral power out of that. And you're going to really enjoy that because instead of getting that lateral play, like if you'd gone to a katana or something, you're going to have that power to drive it when you lay it on edge. With the Canon, it's a little overpowering, but it's not bad. You're going to be happy with that binding because of the dampening underfoot, because the Canon, when that nose gets up to speed and it starts to flap, all of that reverberates under the front foot. So you're going to be very thankful with that or for that. So you did good there. So yeah. All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Savage Oz, have you tested the public dispute 156 size? Is it solid? I can't remember if I wrote the dispute in a 56. I want to say it was a 54 that I wrote it in, but it might have been the 56. Nothing changes for 2024 with that board. There is a review on the channel. So if you literally just search Angry Snowboarder public dispute, you'll get that review and it'll be solid. But yeah, nothing's changed in that board going forward. Tanky, when buying Remind insoles, do I buy for my snowboard boot size or my street shoe size? Buy them for your snowboard boot size and then make sure that you can trim them down. Ooh, this is a great question from Letters. Bigger dipshit, Fuckhouse or L-Stacker? They're both on the same level of dipshittery, but I mean, if I really had to choose one, it's probably L-Stacker. Although he might be, I don't know if he's actually mentally deficient or not. Like, I feel kind of bad, but at the same time, I'm like, he could just be inbred. And, like, yeah, that's a whole thing in itself. But his parents, cousins, or siblings, whatever, made that choice. Like, Fuckhouse just chooses to be ignorant and stupid. Like, he could read a book. He claims he reads books. I don't think he actually reads books. This is a good one from Andrew Hernandez. Next time you offer to take a pic for someone, just turn it to selfie mode. No. See, everyone does that, and then they think it's funny. What we used to do back in the day with digital cameras and stuff when I'd be walking down Main Street, and people be like, oh, can you take our photo? I'd be like, yeah. It'd always be a group of women. I'd zoom in on the one that had the most boobs exposed, and I'd just zoom in, take the photo, and be like, there you go, and I'd just walk away, and they'd be like, what the fuck? All right, and we'll take this one from Michael Jackson. Uncle Averin, being an El Nino season, how does Colorado, Utah zones fare usually in past El Nino seasons? So typically we get colder and wetter, which means more snow for Colorado. Utah is kind of like a 50-50. They can get hit or not. And it also depends on what part of Colorado you're going to. Like, we're more northern, Steamboat's more northern. So theoretically, we're probably going to have an above average season, like just from what I've seen. All right. So there is that. Okay. KG, Battalion Fun Kink or LibTech TRS for a playful daily driver. Best binding pairing. Oh my God, TRS is not playful at all. Not at all. No, that thing's an aggressive twin. Fun Kink all day. You want a good binding to pair with it? Get the Battalion Blaster ASIM. That way you're going to get that lateral play on there, and it seems like you want playful, so that'll be more what you want. Joe Gunn, is the Battalion Blaster ASIM the poor man's Astro ASIM? No, it's a completely different binding. I mean, if you're on a budget, yeah, kind of, but you're not going to get the same dampening or the same feel from the heel strap. So, all right. AC B&B, daily board has been custom, DOA, or Mega Merc. Vermont have other powder boards. Okay, so like if you're coming off of a Burton custom, you honestly, I don't think you really want the Mega Merc or the DOA if you're coming off of a custom. You probably actually want the Spring Break Resort Twin. That's probably the way you want to go with it, or a regular Mercury. I think the Mega Merc would probably be, or a Super DOA. You definitely don't want the DOA. Actually, take that back. Super DOA is probably what you really want. All right. From Letters, what's a super surfy party binding for a slush slasher from Spring Break and a Rosinal sashimi? Ooh, you want super surfy? I put a Union Ultra on there. A lot of lateral play in there. Tons of it. Otherwise, you could do like the Jones Meteorite, but you want the Surf Series one, although it won't have as much lateral play as that Union Ultra. Strata from Union would be another one. Let's see. I'm trying to think what else would be pretty good. You know, the new K2 edition would probably be solid on there as well. It's basically the new Lean AT. So you got some options there. All right. And we're going to take this follow-up question from BW Nico Angry. What size Spring Break Resort Twin for a 5'4", 195-pound, size 9 boot for all mountain park? Is 156 enough? Okay. It depends on where you ride. Heavier, wetter snow, it's going to lack in the all mountain, but it'll be fine in the park. Lighter weight snow, totally fine for all mountain and stuff. Like Colorado, I'd ride the 56 every day and be fine with it. It's kind of, you're like on that weird cusp where you could go up or not. Ask yourself, how much park are you really doing? Like, if it's 50-50 split, 56. If you're doing like 80% on the mountain and 20% in the park, I'd bump up just a little bit. Oh, good question here from Ben Donaldson. What are you riding for the white ribbon of death? Want to see the board that the snow shark took a bite out of? Looks so sick. That actually might be what I ride. So I like to bust this thing out about once a year. It just kind of depends on the condition. It's an old K2 jib pan. Got bit by a snow shark. You essentially, when you ride this thing, have no heel edge because it literally ends that far from your last insert. So it's all toe edge. So, you're basically out there just swizzle skidding turns anyways, just because of the way things are. So, oh God. I'll take this super chat from Jared Bryce. Salmon trigger bindings, and he goes, fuck no. God, no, they're the worst binding that Solomon makes. Just don't. Save your fucking money, man. Save your money. And don't eat yellow snow. All right. Jason Evangelista. I see ads for Kemper snowboards. Have you tested any of the new Kemper boards? Pretty much ridden their whole line, and honestly, nothing's really changed in it since the last time I rode it, except they slapped more god-awful graphics that look like 1990s neon vomit on them. So no, the boards are solid because they're made of GP87 and stuff, but like nothing's really changed in them. I don't know. The more I watch what that company's doing, I mean, they were like trying to launch like a crypto token or something. I'm just like, no. Okay. Got on from the man, the myth, the legend of Ski Cooper, Patrick Zaransky. Any binding recommendations for a Karua transition finder? Looking to replace my Stratas from the Stone Age with something more powerful. So if you want something with a little more power, you got two options if you stick with the Union. You could go to the new Force that's coming out, which is chef's kiss, an amazing binding. Probably the best thing that Union has ever done. I stand by that because I'm not a Union fanboy. Otherwise, you bump up to the Atlas. It's not going to be as damp as the new Force underfoot, but you're going to get more power. Other bindings I'd look at, that Battalion Astro full wrap or the ASIM wrap. If you want more drive, you go with the full wrap. If you want more play, you go with the ASIM wrap. Amazing dampening from the foot pad underneath, and that heel strap is absolutely amazing. If you did bent metal, I would say like a transfer would be really good for that board. If you did ride, probably like a C8. So hopefully that answers that question for you, which actually reminds me, I got to email you about some Ski Cooper things. So, yeah, all right. Where are we going with this? Person 4 up gets a spin. So 1, 2, 3. That brings us back to BW Nico, which I've already answered that question. So bring that down. Yeah. Don't eat yellow snow. That's good life advice right there, people. All right, from Stavros48. Just wondering your thoughts on this year's Kazu Pro. I'm guessing it hasn't really changed much from 22. Oh, no, it's a completely different board. I'm here in New Zealand and saw it in a shop last week. Beautiful structure on the base. So basically, I didn't get to ride it. That was the one board I didn't get to ride from Capita. TC rode that. It is the Big Mountain Mercury. It's got, they put a little more rocker in the nose and the tail and softened it up just a hair. It's a little more approachable for the everyman. And you just got to look at it like a Big Mountain Mercury, but completely different board from 2022. Ugh, just sad, Bartle. Between the board and binding reviews, when do you find the time to ride for fun? I mean, every day you get to ride is fun if you make it into it. I've hit the point. I've transcended where most other reviewers are, where they're like, "Oh, I've got to go ride this." Where I'm just like, "Oh, I'm riding what today? Yeah, okay, I can make this work," you know. And I just fucking go out and ride, and that's it. Like, it sure as hell beats working in a shop, working in a kitchen, working a desk job. I'm fine. I don't take it for granted. Yeah, there's some days where it kind of sucks because sometimes you have to crank through some stuff that isn't exactly ideal for the conditions. But for the most part, getting paid to ride snowboards, and it's solid to say the least. So I'm enjoying it. Preseason, I pretty much ride a lot of my own stuff, and that's solid. Every now and then, like middle of the season, I'll just take a me day, mount one of my things up, and just ride for myself. Ugh. All right. Kevin Altman, do you do anything in the off season to work on your skills? No. You have to realize my last day of riding was like, I think May 12th. So June, July, August, September. I'll be back to riding probably by middle of October. If anything, all I do is hit the gym a little harder to pack on some extra muscle and do a little stretching and whatnot. A lot of sleeping. But I do not do a lot of stuff. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Take this one from Steve K. When upgrading equipment, what should be order of importance? Board, boots, binds. Boots first. Boots. Spend all your money on boots. It's always boots. Like, okay, here, I'll show you guys something. So this is one of my 4 pairs of black labels that I have. This one has been designated to just being a spare parts one. This is a first year, like literal first year. And if I wasn't gutting parts off of this, I could still ride this. And then I have another pair of the first year ones that I still use daily. There's a year from year 2, and then there's a generation 2 that someone sent me. Um, and I'm still riding them. Like bindings, if you take care of them and if you replace the parts as they start to wear out, like if your ladders start to go, you can replace them. You know, you can order new straps, stuff like that. If you slowly replace them, you don't end up having to buy new ones like every other year. Like I try to get multiple years out of my bindings, like if I can. And I don't think like these now are the pair with the least amount of days on them. And these probably still have 250, 300 days on them, if not more. So um, they're solid like that. And then, you know, with a board, honestly, like for me personally, I will literally ride shit until it is so clapped out and dead that I'm like, I guess it's time to go talk to some of the reps and see what they got for sale. Or I'll walk into my local shop, the Underground or Gravity, and I'll just buy a board when I need it. Like, you know, my Shadow Band's still good. I'm going to ride that for another year. That board's probably got 80, 75, 80 days on it. But like my first year Cool Bean, which I've pretty much semi-retired, that thing probably had 300 days on it. My Party Mod has the least amount of days on it, but I also drilled giant ass rock with it the first day I had it and put a huge core shot in it. You know, the big thing though is always upgrade your boots when you need to. That is, if your feet are happy, you're going to be happy. Yeah, so, okay. Jimmy McElroy, are you and TC doing a meetup at Snow Basin Powder Mountain next season? We've been talking about it. It might not be TC and I. It might just be like I used to before the pandemic. I used to go out to Utah for about 5 days to go hang out with some friends, and I just kind of low profile it out there. And so my friend Alan and I and Liz, my other friend, we would go up to Pow Mau, rip around there. I do a day at like Park City Canyons because Liz used to work there. I get a ticket. I do a day at Brighton, a day at Solitude. When I was driving out, I used to go to Powderhorn in Western Colorado. TC and I've talked about it, and it's definitely something we want to consider. Finances, like that's the big thing. There's a lot of money going out right now and not a lot coming in to try to grow what we're doing. Like originally tonight, if I'd had the time, I was going to show you guys one of the new reviews actually in this live stream, but I think I'm going to save it for Thursday. Just so everyone can kind of see what the new format looks like. But yeah, the big thing is it's just money coming in. Once we know where the budget's going to be, will be pretty good. But right now it's kind of like this is like the last month of limbo with that, and then things change. All right. And we got this one from Ben Donaldson. Recently got asked if I'd be interested in helping out a dealer demo this season. Never been to one of those. Any thoughts on whether it's worth doing? Good industry experience, exposure. So first off, if it's your first time doing it, you're going to be horribly abused. You're the guy that has to stay in the tent, do everything. Your hands are going to be cold. Your feet are going to be cold because you're probably not going to layer like the rest of the reps actually would. So there's that. If you're going to make actual connections in the industry, it's a really cool time. You get to meet a lot of buyers from different shops. If you get a chance and you can go talk to other reps, that's always good too. So you can do that. Yes, I think everyone should go do it just for the experience once, but understand you are there to work and you are the underling, and they will abuse you. All right. Taking this one from JS. When do we get Boot Fitting 101 version 2 and Boot Fitting 102 advanced boot fitting? So Boot Fitting 101 the redo, as I'm calling it, is in the process of getting done. But I'm not editing these. Ben's going to be editing these, and we're filming now content for 3 to 6 months out. So like he's editing all the reviews right now. With the next batch I should get from him this week, that's one review a day for all of September, starting to go into October. The goal is one review a day until those are done. So that's 163 reviews, I think, something like that. So there's that. Okay, he's doing that. I just finished filming all the board and binding top fives. I had to. TC's working on the soft goods lists. We're filming those. Ben's got to start editing those after the reviews. If not, I've got to start editing them to drop them in line. Kind of depends on, I don't want to put too much of a workload on him. And so then there's that. So while that's going on and we're editing, doing those, I'm also filming the boot fitting 101 and then the 201 plus special project videos and stuff. So the way we're doing stuff now, the goal is we will have one video a day minimum, up to 3 videos a day, not counting shorts and reels and TikToks and all that bullshit, because I'm working on something for that. But at the earliest you would see them would probably be late October, early November. All right. And we'll take the super chat from Down Under. In Chile for a week. Long snowboard trip. Pray for snow and stickers. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're getting too hammered down there. My friend Italo is down there right now. Oh, also, if anyone's looking to do like a private Chilean camp or tour, I actually have a link in the description for my friend Nico. Some of you might know him in the snowboard industry, Nicholas Demetrio, out of Washington, but he's a Chilean guy that he reopened his backcountry and local tour thing. He immerses you in the culture. He takes you to the true Chilean spots. He is a longtime Chilean local, longtime Washington local, great dude, lived with him. He actually did almost kill me once, but then he came back and saved me. But that's a whole other story for another time. But he's a great dude. I love riding with him and stuff. So you can always check that out. It's Andean Powder Tours or whatever, but I do have a link down in the description of this video. And well, you did win some stickers there, sir. So make sure you give me that mailing address, and I'll get that in the mail to you as well. So info@angrysnowboarder.com. Give me the address, and we're good. All right. Ugh. Jacob Iverson, dude, I love that you're still so stoked on riding. It shows in the content. Keep up the hard work. If I wasn't stoked on riding, I'd fucking quit. Like, it's kind of like I have this approach with movies, TV shows, books, and whatever. If I'm doing something and suddenly, like midway through, I'm just not stoked, I just stop. Like, I was reading this book, and it was the hardest fucking slog of a book I've been reading, because I'm on this kick where I'm reading all these slasher books for some reason, because I don't know why. And this was some guy's failed manuscript, I think. I don't know. I can't even call it a screenplay for a horrible movie that was going to probably try to pitch to Dimension Films or some shit. Probably would have ended up on the Asylum for Sci-Fi Channel. Ooh, Bull would have been directing it. But it was so god-awful. Like, I just was like, fuck this thing. And the guy lives in Boulder, too. He's a shitty writer. I literally want to go to Boulder and find him and tell him how much he sucks. Like, he didn't even reformat the book. But yeah, it's the same thing. It's like I was watching The Walking Dead. I was super invested in it. Then one day I was like, man, this is fucking weird. I just stopped. I have no clue what's going on. You know, so that, but snowboarding, I've never felt that. Like, I might take small breaks from it, but I still super stoked. Actually, me and all the friends and the homies, we were like shooting each other messages like, I'm ready to ride. And they're like, yeah, I'm ready to ride too. And I was like, you saw the snow? And they're like, yeah, I fucking saw the snow. And I was like, be there at opening day. And we're like, yeah. All right. All right. This is great advice from Josiah. Date your board, marry your boots. Damn right. All right. All right. Seacals trying to decide between the standard on ink and the pick your line on ink. Looking for a daily driver out here in Colorado. 6'3", 215 pounds, size 10 boots, and ambidextrous. Okay, so if you want the twin, you go with the standard on ink. If you want more directional, you go with the pick your line on ink. Pick your line on ink is a little softer, especially torsionally compared to the standard on ink. That's going to be the big notice the big noticeable difference between the two. And you'll see that in them. Personally, like for me, I would go with the pick your line on ink. I like my boards a little torsionally softer. I like that directional shape. But if I needed to go to a twin standard on ink all day. All right. Tanky, did the Arbor rep shit the bed again and fail to deliver? I don't think he shit the bed. He said he sent the. So I'm actually dealt with the marketing guy, not the rep. Tony, the rep, is absolutely amazing, but he's based in Utah these days. When he was in Denver, it was a lot easier to get shit. Now he's in Utah, it's a lot harder. But here's the thing. All right. So I was dealing with the marketing guy, and he was all about it. Said he sent my order off. But he's like, if they don't have it, they're not going to send it. And if they don't have one piece, they're not going to send the whole thing. And I was like, okay, well, I was just going to send these back to you when I was done. So anyways, so my theory is that they have my order. They didn't have everything at once. Shit is just either going to show up this fall or it's not going to show up at all. And that's going to tell me where we're at. I'm really banking that it's probably actually going to show up, though. Okay. KG, what are your thoughts on the state of the snowboard community? It feels like it's become more fringe niche over the last decade compared to previous 2 decades where it had more mainstream appeal. Well, we scared away a lot of the posers. And we scared away a lot of the fucking cool guys that got jobs in the snowboard industry that didn't snowboard but would try to tell you how all about shit. There's still a bunch of fucking posers in positions lurking around, but whatever. Do I think the community as a whole is tighter and better? Yes. I think the constriction of the snow media helped. I think a lot of people starting their own media helped. At the same time, we've also seen the rise of influencers and shit. But if you ever notice, when they get called out for shit, they're like, you're gatekeeping and that's not cool. Take your fucking participation trophy and wipe your ass and then shove it in your mouth and choke on your shit. All right? We're trying to keep kooks like you away from doing kooky shit. Do I think snowboarding has become better? Yes. I think the gear has become better. The message about snowboarding has become better. The people promoting snowboarding have become better at it. There is so much good stuff going on. I mean, fuck, the amount of coffee table books that come out every year that I have to buy, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I got a stack like this. Coffee table books. I mean, I had to do a top 5 snowboard books to buy this year. Like, I mean, that should tell you everything you know. I mean, also, if you guys haven't read P3, you definitely should read that. TC's reading it right now. I mean, forced reading for working for me. But, you know, I think the community, there's still some kooks lurking around, and it's fine. Call them out on their bullshit. It just makes us stronger. But overall, the ways to communicate with each other are good. There's still places that are like the worst part of snowboarding. Reddit, Buckhouse comments, Kevin from Snowboard Pro Camp. You know, there's shit like that curated. You know, you see that shit. But at the same time, I also think there's a lot of really good stuff going on, and you can see it in that community and how everything is. The fact that we're going into the 3rd annual Shred Foundation fundraiser for Black Friday. We got that going on, you know, and we're doing that type of stuff. I think snowboarding's, you know, it's an ebb and a flow. Like, the mainstream doesn't think it's cool, and that's fine. That's good. Fuck you. No one wants to see your skidded ass turns and fucking your Mylar one pieces or your dope snow jackets or your fucking clue bindings. Like, eat a dick. All right. And our moderator, Billy Ray Valentine. What did you use for binding testing this year? Your Ride Shadowband? Yes, that is what I used. Ew, gross. DSP Munson, when are you coming over to Tahoe? We actually talked about this earlier. Andrew Brewer and I were talking about some kind of meetup in the early spring. We were talking about doing something for this winter. It's budget. Budget is the big thing right now. Charge people to ride. No, I will never fucking charge people to ride with me. I will never do that. That is fucking bullshit. Like, the only way I'm going to charge for people to ride with me is if I partner with like my friend Nico, who does Andean Powder tours. And I'm going to be like, hey, we're going to Chile. This is the event. This is what we're doing. You've got to buy these. You've got to buy this week tour with Nico. And I'm not even going to get money from that. Or if I go to Japan and I'm going to go see Ed Segovia, the guy that used to run Bua Loco up there at Alkaline Lodge. Yeah. Okay. You're going to have to pay to come ride with me. But like, if I'm like literally like, we're doing Thirsty Thursdays at Ski Cooper. You're buying your $30 lift ticket at Ski Cooper and you're going to ride with us. It's fine. Like, we're going to meet up. We're going to go ride. And there's some people in here that have done that. I will never charge for a fucking, oh, let's hang out. Oh, fucking. No, actually, TC and I were talking. Oktoberfest is coming to Breckenridge the 15th to the 17th of next month. And he and I were just briefly talking about it, but I think we're going to do it. I got to talk to the one restaurant that I frequent a lot and just be like, hey, we need a booth on this day for Oktoberfest. We're going to do a happy hour at like Castaways Cove so people can come and hang out with TC and I for like 2 hours. And that's it. And it's like, what's it going to cost you? The gas to get to Breckenridge if you're in Colorado and a happy hour drink. Okay. You know, like that's what we're going to do. Like the idea of asking your fan base to pay you money to hang out with you, fucking creepy. Those people are what elevate you. Like, it's one thing if you're like, hey, do you guys want to join like our Patreon, which is Angry Snowboarder VIP? You're getting access early to the written reviews. TC and I are going to be doing audio commentaries on Hollywood snowboard movies. The first one that we're going to do is Out Cold. We're probably going to record that in not this week, but the week after. We're going to do that. We're going to do the movie Shredder. We're going to do like probably the new Point Break at some point. Oh, God. Ugh. But Johnny Tsunami, stuff like that. We're going to do that. Yeah, that's going to be behind a paywall. I don't necessarily agree with it, but need to give those people on VIP a specific thing in there. But the whole idea of, hey, come pay me $50 to come fucking ride with me. Who the fuck do I think I am? Who the fuck does anyone think they are? You know, it's like, no. That doesn't build community, and that's just stupid. Like, so fucking stupid. It's and to go with that, it's like Tommy B runs a camp in the summer. That's an actual camp. You actually learn shit. Like, I'm not taking that away. But when Buckhouse is like, come fucking snowboard with me, I'm out. That's not a camp. That dude's literally just trying to hawk Amazon shit at you and stuff. Like, that's so fucking kooky. Like, I don't get it. It was like this company called Trova Trip had reached out to me, and they wanted me to promote. They wanted me to go do a backcountry trip, which I was like, and I straight up asked the girl, I was like, have you ever done backcountry with people you don't know? And she's like, no. And I was like, there you go. So you can only go to the terrain that the weakest person can, and someone's probably going to lie and be a worse rider than they actually are. Because unlike me, most people try to talk up where they are. I fucking suck. I know I suck. I'm fine with it. My friends are pro snowboarders. Of course I suck. I'm the worst one out of my friends group. But, the concept of this trip thing was that I would promote it and then it would pay and then they would give me 20% of the profit from it. And I think they wanted me to try to get like 20 people to go on this cat backcountry thing. And I was like, so you're basically telling me that I have to tell people to pay money to come fucking hang out with me and we're going to go do this experience. And I was like, no. I was like, one, no offense to you guys. It's just, I don't know how you ride. And I know that if I'm going to go if I'm going to go invest the time in this and we can only go to the best terrain that the weakest rider can go, I don't want that on me. Two, I understand in the backcountry, you might be digging a body out. It might be alive. It might not. I've got wilderness first responder training. I was a level 1 EMT. Most people don't know that about me. I've been buried in 2 avalanches. I kind of know what I'm doing out there. And like the way they were putting this together, I was looking at this going, this is like sketchy how they wanted to do it. And then they wanted to go do like these food tours. I got weird dietary restrictions. And so I asked her a couple questions about this and she was just like, no, it'll be fine. And I was like, no, you literally don't understand. Like, we're going on a snowboard trip. If I eat something wrong, I'll have an arthritis flare-up. If I have an arthritis flare-up, I can't ride. I can't perform at the level that these people are coming to see me ride at. So it was like this. And it's just like, and then I was like, and what are the odds that I could give one of these spots away for free as a good faith? And they were like, no, they have to pay. And I was just like, Jesus Christ. This is fucking. And then here's the thing, like they wanted to do this whole snowboard thing. And I was like, well, what are the odds if we could do something local in Colorado? It would make it easier for everyone, and I could just day trip from my house, whatever. Because at the time my dog was super young and I was trying to train her and they were like, no. And I was just like, all right, whatever. just seems so fucking convoluted. So I passed on it. But I have my friends Kevin and Kelly. They're travel vloggers and stuff, so they've done it with the company and they've had a great experience with it. But they're like, at the same time, they're like, we literally went and like rode camels and did zip lines. And Kevin grew up with me snowboarding. He's like, one, I would never put anyone in a trip with you. Two, I would never put you in a trip with a situation like that. And three, for your audience, it's weird to ask them to pay to come hang out with you. And I was like, yeah. So no, that whole paying shit is like so fucking weird. Elliptical. Is there a difference between a volume shifted board and a regular board in a wide size? There's a little bit of a difference, and I could get really nerdy with it, but by and large, I mean, it's kind of the same thing. I mean, once you kind of take into account like the way the side cuts kind of work on that, but yeah. Okay, let's see. Menas Fakaris. Is the new stalefish that very different from last year's service dog? I can snag one on sale for half the price. They revamped the new stalefish. So the old stalefish and the service dog were the same shape, same side cut, same camber profile, different flex. And you're splitting hairs. The new stalefish is a completely different board. Completely different. Whole new shape, whole new board. So, all right, and we'll take this one from Lucas Bernstein. Any boards that are getting reworked for 2024 that you're excited to get your hands on? Oh, I've ridden a lot of stuff. So the new Solomon Huck Knife and Huck Knife Pro with that new shape, absolutely amazing. The new Rome Stalefish, like I just said, absolutely amazing on that. Let's see, what else did I get on that was an Oh, the new Capita Indoor Survival was killer as shit. Love that thing. Let's see. What else? I got on the new Ride Commissioner. That was really different, unique. That was kind of cool. Telos redid the Lumerian in a new shape. That was interesting, to say the least. What else? Got on the Amplid Morning Glory. Really nothing changed in it except the graphic, but it was just good to get on that. What else? I'm trying to think. Wrote a lot of stuff. Oh, the new GNU Rider's Choice. Like, so the GNU Rider's Choice this year, C3, they added what they call ASIM chips right here. And so what this is they put it's basically like a riser plate, but because of the asymmetrical side cut, they raise your toes up. So you're actually elevated, you're canted up. So it's going to change your power dynamic to compensate for the asymmetrical side cut. This board was super fun too. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there right now that was really, really good. So yeah. Okay. Alan Poon, I get anxiety when my boots start to go. The thought of the process of buying new boots and starting a new relationship with new boots. Well, heartbroken, my old boots are getting replaced. So you got to become like me. You just buy the same boot over and over and over and over again. There is a reason that literally like got that K2 Thraxis. I've got the red and black K2 Thraxis sitting here. The neon green and gray one is sitting there. I have 14 pairs of K2 Thraxis. So what you do is when the boot's starting to go, especially the shell, take your liner from that boot, put it into the new shell. If you get the exact same one, break the shell in with the crease points, pull that liner out, then put that new liner in so it's stiffer, but now the boot has creased the way you want it to, and it expedites the break-in process. I mean, that's literally the reason I just get the same boot. And when shit's on sale and it's my size, I will dead stock like 3 pairs. So that way, if something happens mid-season, I can just go and grab another one. Like at one point, there was a season where I had 3 of the exact same model of Thraxis, like same year. but shit was breaking on different ones. And so like I had different year like shelves with the same liners in them and stuff. So yeah. All right. And our boy Jesse Dennis wants me to whip it out. He wants rainbow schlong all over his face. He is the meat man. If anyone needs meat, this dude will get it for you. Good old Jesse Dennis. He hasn't popped in on a late night live stream in a while. Person 4 up gets a spin. That goes right back to our boy Alan Poon. So, yeah. Oh, spin again. Jesus Christ. Damn thing keeps hitting. What are you going to do, right? Well, Alan, you won yourself a small sticker pack. Hit me up, info@angrysnowboarder.com, and I'll get that in the mail to you. Okay. Ooh. And Jesse, you need brats for October? I've been asking you for meat for like years. Send me everything. Actually, here's an idea for the Thirsty Thursday meetups at Ski Cooper. Send me meat from Schaller and Weber. We will promote the crap out of it. We'll bring up the grill. We'll barbecue. It'll be fucking great. Oh. Oh, yeah. And our boy Cam. I've been to Thirsty Thursday. It was awesome. Fuck yeah, it was. I can't believe how many people made it. The road sucked that day. All right. And we'll take the super chat from letters. Todd Richards P3 was great. Dookie crew. That's right. Good times. Ooh, join VIP. Yep. Join VIP. All right. All right. And Borden 24/7 rode any Cardiff boards this year? No. That company sucks to deal with. So I just don't waste my time. Okay. We got this super chat from Jackoff Beep. What's a good intro park board for the missus? Currently have a Psycho Candy and a Burton Stylist, 115 pounds, 5'5", 2 legs, dumb enough to marry me. You conned her, didn't you? You used your Filipino magic on her. I know how you people are. Just over here doing that. If she's got a Burton Stylist, I don't even know, and she's just getting into park, I don't even think you really need to get her in anything else. Like, she could just go with that. But like off the top of my head, just like any soft flexing board, especially she's 115 pounds, something in like a 144, because it's going to be a park board, would be good for her. I mean, I think there's a 44 Ride Zero. You could do that with her. I think that's even like the Jill Perkins Pro Model one, and that would be okay. Like, what is it? It's not the GNU Gloss, is it? Is it the Gloss? Trying to remember off the top of my head, but yeah, so there's that. God, K2 renamed everything this year too, and I can't think of it. Space Metal Fantasy from Capita would probably be another one too. So there's a few options for you. Once Carl returns from hiking in the woods and we can sit down with her, we're going to try to set up all of our top 5 women's stuff too. Oof, ouch. Lose a turn. JP, how different does a K2 party platter ride from the Ride Twin Pig? Noticeably different. Very noticeably different. I like the party platter. The Twin Pig fucking sucks and should just not be in the ride lineup. Joe Gunn, the Rider's Choice gets C2 or C3. Yes, there's one of each. There's the Rider's Choice, and then there's the Rider's Choice C3 or the RCC3. Our boy Pat Zaransky, did the stale fish change from last year? I convinced a friend to buy one and need to know if I should talk him into selling it to me. It's a completely different board for this upcoming year. Last year, nothing changed from the previous year. All right. Okay. And we got this super chat from Anthony Hum. Rocking the air hole balaclavas for many years. What are your thoughts on face coverings? It's a must in the Ice Coast Canada. Ride on angry. I like what air hole does. Like, I'm one of those guys that, like, I don't like I wear my, like, I need to keep my face, but the problem is, like, I'm probably developing skin cancer and I'm going to die. So I need to keep it covered. That's what I like about air hole, because then I'm not just breathing through fabric and it's fogging up and freezing and shit. Like, I can actually breathe with it. Air hole is a super, super solid company. Spin again. Ooh, yeah, remember to subscribe, you heathens. All right. Keith Sudsy, why do boarders stomp their board super loudly in the lift line? Drives me batty. Stop that shit. To drive you batty. People go insane, then they're not going to come back. And if they're not going to come back, it's less people in the lift line. That's just logic. It's also like a mating call. You know, the harder you whack it and the more sounds you make, the more likely you are to attract a snow carny or a nargoyle. More likely a nargoyle. You got to stomp really loud so that they can hear you from their little nar cave before they climb out at the at sunset to descend on the bar and try to be a succubus and suck the life out of you and drain your wallet. Let's see what we got here. Chris, what's the most and least important part of a snowboard setup in your opinion? Most important is your snowboard boots and your footbeds. Least important is honestly your outerwear. Like, you can make do with something else. I mean, also bindings to kind of extent. As long as you have solid bindings that'll hold you down, all the bells and whistles don't mean shit. Like, truth be told, like, you could literally ride an entry-level binding like this that has no frigging real adjustments to it, and it'll get the job done as long as your boots are solid and whatnot. So, you know, that's kind of where those things are. All right. Joe Gunn, is adding a Ride Super Pig too much overlap with my GNU Gremlin for charging and carbon? I see deals right now on a Super Pigs. Yeah, you don't need it. Save your money. Buy more lift tickets. The hell is my dog doing out there? You guys want to see my dog? I'm going to go get my dog. Come here. Hey, come here. Look. Everyone wants to see you. Come here. Come here. Come here. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, yeah. It's been a while. Isn't it, sweetie? Good girl. You're my best friend. You got kisses? You got kisses? No kisses? No? She's a little freaked out. I think the raccoons are back. She was growling at the door. It's okay. Yeah, go. What? No. Go. Baby's to bed. Baby's to bed. She wanted to see everyone. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. We got a super chat from John Agnew. How are the Nitro Phantom bindings for 2024? The Phantom really doesn't change. It's the Phantom Plus that changes. So Phantom's super solid. You're still going to get that air ride dampening system. You do have the old school strap. No, wait. Phantom get the new strap on the heel? I can't remember. You do have the Uber Grip strap on there. Basically, like some small tweaks to it, but nothing super, super crazy in there. Boy, she's crying. Something's up. Come here. Hey, come here. Come on. It's okay. Come here. You're okay. Come on. Best friend. Best friend. Come here. I'm going to pick you up. Lap dog. She's my baby. So, yeah, that's what's going on with that. Let's see. We got this super chat here from Beziums. Thirsty Thursday will be off the hook this year. Yeah, probably. Keep hyping it. So, okay. Say hi to everyone. Say hi. Yeah, that's my girl. That's my girl. Yeah, you're a good girl. You're a good girl. Go. So, but yeah. So, anyways, yeah, Thirsty Thursday. Ooh, question for TC. Well, he's not here. Go. What are you crying about? I don't know what you're crying about. Dog's being weird. Ugh. All right, let's see what else we got here. Take this one from Anthony Home. What's your opinion on footprint insoles? Did you do the bowling ball test? Not yet, but God, these things they look so cheap. Like I'm like just looking at them going, God, these are just super cheap. Are you okay? What's the matter? Is that raccoon outside pissing you off again? My dog wants to go kill this fucking raccoon. So I don't know. Anyways, I think we're gonna try to finish this up, but let's end this poll and see where we ended up with the poll for tonight. So out of 156 votes, 62% of you missed the late night live stream, 16% of you didn't know we were gone, 14% of you wanted to sacrifice TC, and 5% said no. So what is your problem? No. Just being a little asshole tonight. Let's see. All right, let's take this one from Ekins. Hey, Angry, do you recommend a passport or an excavator for Australian resorts in Japan when I already have a dance hall? I'll bind mainly for carving and powder, but would also like to take it all mountain. Passport's a little more all mountain versatile than the excavator, but the excavator is going to be stiffer than your dance hall. It's going to actually carve better, and you're going to be able to do more with it. So, yeah. What is your problem? Do you have to go outside? Oh, man. Anyways, I think we're going to probably call it a night, guys. I know I'm a little out in the weeds here. I'd love to answer some more questions, but I only wanted to stay for an hour. We did an hour and a half. TC and I will be back on Thursday with more live streams. So, but my dog is being extra whiny, so either she's got explosive diarrhea or she's about to go chase a raccoon. So either way, do that. And I love this. Mark M. Where's Kevin? I don't know. Probably getting married right now. But anyways, guys, if you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. And, if you want to support us, you can always sign up to Angry Snowboarder VIP. Link in the descriptions. And, yeah, guys, thanks for everything. And I'll see you guys Thursday's live stream.